Shalom Israel. For a start, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Waharakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles in Israel who will and teach well, to the Akims on the highways and byways, and those pushing this word in truth and sincerity, to the brothers and sisters in the truth. I just want to go through a few articles, a couple articles, just showing what's happening today. Letting our people know, for those who are still in disbelief, that the Bible is actually a true book and it prophesies of what's going to happen. And it behooves us to take heed to what it says. Now, this is 2nd Esdras 15:1. It says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true." And this is what we're bringing out. We're bringing out the prophecies. And this is one of the things that really separates the scriptures, what we call the Bible today, to other records, to like your Quran, your writings on the wall of Egypt. They don't have no prophecy, because at the end of the day, it's of man. It's not of the Most High. We know that the things that are written in the scriptures were written by holy men, which were moved by the Spirit of the Most High. So this is what we're doing when we bring out the scriptures. We're bringing out prophecy, because what the Spirit of Yahushai is the spirit of prophecy. We know that Yahushai, he comes in the volume of the book. So one of the things that's written in the scriptures is that the stirring up of the Medes. And who are the Medes today? The head would be Russia, and part of those Medes would be the countries aligned to Russia, like China, Iran, and I'll show that in a minute, but I just want to bring out this article first. So it says two Russian, this is Reuters, what's the date on this? I know it says the 7th of February. It says two Russian strategic bombers flew near Alaska. It says Russia said on Wednesday that two of its Tu-95MC strategic bombers flew over waters near the U.S. state of Alaska, but said they stayed in international airspace. The Tu-95s, known as Bears by NATO, flew for about 9 hours, escorted by Su-30 SM fighter jets. They flew over the Bering and Chukchi Slovakia seas, Russia's defense ministry said. The flight was carried out in strict accordance with international rules for the use of airspace, said Lieutenant General Sergei Kobilash, commander for Russian long-range aviation. And long-range aviation would be things like their nuclear bombs, etc., their missiles. So that's what Russia is doing at the moment. It says Putin takes a flight in nuclear-capable bomber in a tough message to the West ahead of election. And when it comes to nuclear weapons and the effectiveness of these things, Russia is quite effective in the weapons that they make compared to the test that we've seen of late by the UK, which have been abysmal. It's not been good, even though they've tried to play it down. And I'm going to play a little clip. But the point is, what's happening is the Most High actually stirring up the spirit of the Medes. So it says Russia's President Vladimir Putin has taken a co-pilot seat in a nuclear-capable strategic bomber, a flight that appeared aimed at bolstering his image ahead of next month's election. He's all but certain to win. And he did make a statement about if he loses the war in Ukraine. Let me see if I can find that. He loses the war, and hold on. Putin statement about losing war in Ukraine. See if I can find this. Slovakia. I've got thing on my phone. Hold on. I read it off my phone. Yeah, so what it says here, let me see if I can find it and bring it up. Russia's chilling warning to West 2024. All right, this is 4 days ago. Let me see this. Look at this Armageddon threat. Russia issues chilling warning to the West, threatening to unleash entire arsenal on London if it loses war in Ukraine. There's other countries that was mentioned. Let me see if I can find it. It says the Kremlin even threatened to fire nuclear missiles at the UK, US, Germany, and Ukraine if Vladimir Putin doesn't get his way. Yeah. What's this? Putin's arsenal. The tyrant has super weapons and 6,000 warheads at his disposal. And these are all the destructive forces that the Mossad will use, man. Says Dmitry, I'm going to try, a close Putin ally who served as president from 2008 to 2012, said Moscow is prepared to unleash Armageddon on their foes if they were defeated in the bloody war. Says that guy feared the West would only weaken Russia and return them to the 91 borders if Putin was forced to give up parts of Ukraine he has invaded. Yeah, but what we're seeing really is just prophecy being fulfilled with the needs being stirred up. Now, Britain, we had some tests on missiles. Where is it? Slovakia. There we go. Says Trident missile test fails for second time in a row, and we did one not too long ago, which didn't go well, and then we've done another one, which went just as bad. But as you'll see from this, they're actually trying to play it down. Let's watch this clip here.
You're live with BBC News. Now, of course, there is more reporting on all our top stories on our BBC News and website and app. But let's first look at a test firing of a Trident missile from a Royal Navy submarine that failed. And for the second time in a row, the Ministry of Defence has insisted that the system used to carry Britain's nuclear warheads remains safe, secure, and effective.
Now, if you've tested it twice and it's failed, how is that effective? But you have to give a positive speech in the sight of what's happened, and this is what's happening here. They're giving a positive speech.
Louisa Pilbeam joins me now from outside the Ministry of Defence in Westminster. Louisa, what more can you tell us about the failed test?
Well, this is a concerning incident, and it's embarrassing for the Ministry of Defence and for the UK government here.
And it is concerning because if you're going to be going up against Russia, we know they have very good missile capabilities and weaponry. So for us to be doing this and failing so badly, it's not a good look. Yeah, that's why they tried to play it down in what the lady just said just a while ago.
And that's because this is the nuclear capability of the UK. It's the most powerful weaponry that the country has. It's last line of defence in order to protect itself. And things haven't gone well in terms of these tests. Now, what we know is that this test was carried out at the end of last month on the east coast of the US, and a Royal Navy submarine launched a nuclear missile that was unarmed for this test. And this was meant to be launched into the middle of the Atlantic in between Brazil and the west coast of Africa. But it
look where they're looking to make it land, between Brazil and the west coast of Africa. Why?
actually ended up going into the sea right by the Royal Navy submarine. So a complete disaster in terms of that test. But the Ministry of Defence here...
You know what that reminds me of? When something just goes straight up and comes back down again. So
I have spoken to them this morning, and they have said to me that this was an anomaly, as they're calling it, in terms of the test. They're basically saying that if this was in a real situation, this wouldn't have happened. As their term they are using, they say that it was event specific. They say that there are no implications for the reliability of the wider Trident missile system.
But the reason why you actually test something is to see how effective it will be, or how it may what's the word I'm looking, react, or it may react when you need it, to do what you intend it to do. So to have two failed tests within a short, the first one was I think was 2016, they had one, and now this one, that's not a good look at all.
And the Trident system is the UK's nuclear missiles, those submarines that are dotted around in secret locations around the world. And as you mentioned, it is the second time that this has happened. The first missile went off course. That was also unarmed, as they are in these situations. But it is...
And this is why the Lord is deadly, though. The first one went off course, and this one basically did an up and down movement. So, the Lord is really looking to take down Babylon and his allies, just like how he's stirring up the Medes and his allies.
It's embarrassing because it's the way that the UK's defence is portrayed to the world. But as I say, the Ministry of Defence, they're saying...
Let me stop that there. So going back, you can see Putin, they're testing out their stuff, which seems to be going fine at the moment. Is saying, if they do lose the grounds that they've gained over in Ukraine, and that would only be due to the interference of the West, which we know is happening there, funding Ukraine. He's looking to let off his arsenals, and his arsenals ain't going to be missing. The scriptures all speak about any arrows missing his point. Now, blimey, I was talking about the Medes, I was saying that's Russia and its allies. Part of that is China. When you look at the size of the armies, why is this loading up? Mine was loaded already. So China, the size of their army is huge compared to the next one, which is India, which is also in alliance with Russia, and North Korea. Those are the top five, with the USA in the middle. Ukraine, Pakistan, Iran. Don't see the UK on there. But it says with China's defense budget. These things gone. What is the budget for military? It says a proposed budget for DOD. Okay. DOD. It's coming up now. In 2024 is 842 billion. That amount is $3.5 billion, or 0.04% more in real terms than the amount that the Congress appropriated for 2023 if supplemental appropriations provided in 2023 for Ukraine and natural disasters are excluded. So China's bolstering up their army. And this graph there is dealing with active military personnel. Yeah, not even those that's not active. This is active. So the Lord is actually stirring up these Medes. Yeah. Now this is Isaiah. So okay. Now all of a sudden everything's running slow. The devil will not prevail. Yeah, Isaiah 13:17, it says, "Behold, I will stir up the Medes, plural, against them, which shall not regard silver, and as for gold, they shall not delight in it. Their bows, which are those nukes, also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb." Because once these arrows are fired, these nukes are fired, you can't determine, just go for so-called the bad guys, leave the innocent alone. Everyone's going to get touched. Yeah, that's within their blast radius. It says, "Their bows also shall dash the young men to pieces, and they shall have no pity on the fruit of the womb. Their eyes shall not spare children." Yeah, everything dead. "And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees, excellency shall be as when the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah." And how was that overthrown? With fire. And it's the same thing happening again. It says, "It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there." Now this means, as I said, this is dealing with Russia and those armies that are in cahoots with them. I'm going to the Strongs. Lucky. Excuse me.
Strong's H 4074. Madai. Madai. Gesenius Lexicon. Madai. Madai.
Let's go. Media or Medes or Madai, Midland. When we come down to the Strong's definition, it's a foreign derivation. Madai, a country of Central Asia. Now, what countries are of Central Asia? We got Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Afghanistan. Yeah. Now, when we look at the countries that were part of the old Russian Empire, it says the modern day countries with territories once controlled by the Russian Empire includes Russia, Ukraine, Belarus, Latvia, Lithuania, Estonia, Finland, Poland, Moldova, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and the United States, Alaska. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, United States, the United States of Alaska. So showing you that when it comes to the Medes, it's dealing with Russia and those that are cahoots with it. So what countries are aligned with Russia? Russia also maintains positive relations with countries that have been described as Russia-leaning, according to the economists. These countries include Algeria, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Kyrgyzstan, Laos, Pakistan, Ethiopia, Sudan, and Uganda. Yeah. Slovakia for that one, it's been disturbed. It says Kyrgyzstan. So these countries we've seen are part, some of them are part of the old Russian Empire. And these are also aligning with Russia today. This is Jeremiah. Lucky for all of this. It says Jeremiah 51 and I'll start 11. It says, "Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes," plural kings. Yeah, and who is that? Those countries that are aligned with Russia. says, for his devices against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. Yeah, so this is what we're seeing happening right back now. Now the Lord's actually rousing up the spirit of the Medes, yeah, to come against Babylon. One more, Ezekiel 38. So what did we just read just a while ago? It says Ethiopia as well. Yeah, so let's see. Ezekiel 38 says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Gog, the prince of Meshach and Tubal, and prophesy against him, and say, Thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshach and Tubal. Yeah, going into Russia again today. There's some articles I had touching Gog and Magog, just showing you that this is Russia as well. But as we go down, we'll see anyway. It says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Yeah, meaning what, they're going to come together and fight. As we read down, it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. Yeah, that's these countries come together. Because remember, they were part of the old Russian Empire. Yeah. And I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling the sword. Watching now, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. And what they're looking to do. Jump down, says, Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. Yeah, because Russia's the head over all of these, really and truly. After many days thou shalt be visited, in the latter years thou shalt come into the land that is brought back from the sword, and is gathered out of many people against the mountains of Israel, which have been always waste, but is brought forth out of the nations, and they shall dwell safely, all of them. But the point I wanted out of this is showing you who these Medes are. Yeah, starting with Russia. You also got the BRICS, yeah, which is another alignment, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Yeah, so these are the spirits of the Medes that's been risen up by the Lord. I'll come back here again, Jeremiah 51 and 11 says, Make bright the arrows, gather the shields. The Lord has raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. And that's what we're seeing. You know, the spirit of the Medes are being risen up. Yeah, to what? Take vengeance against Babylon. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to touch. Lord willing, it was edifying. With that, I'm going to close out. Give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Mahar, Makar Kadash, Kwame Sha'ala.